Well, g'day legends, Tori here, Geelong-Flipper, your mate. Married, full-time reseller, part-time author. Today we've got a little bit of work to get done. We've got several eBay orders to pack. I've got errands to run, and I've been filming every day I've filmed, but I haven't uploaded for 2 days, so there's a good chance this is 3 days behind. None of it is particularly time sensitive, but I feel bad. Things have been nuts. And to be honest, yesterday we'd been so busy for so long, I just didn't upload because we worked through the entirety of our work day. And then we tried to go to the movies. We were so tired, we drove to the movies and went no and drove back home. And then we ordered tons of stuff for our move up north. Like, I think we spent nearly $1,000, I think. And the reason why I'm doing this now, let me just clip you onto my shirt. At the moment, my key to the van is broken. So I'll show you. Oh wait, let's play the music and get into it. Then I'll show you. All right, guys, listen carefully, all right? Tori here, Geelong-Flipper. Hey, guys, Tori. Geelong-Flipper here.
Geelong-Flipper.
Me, Tori.
Tori here.
Uncle Flip. I'm Tori.
Okay. No.
Tori here.
Tori here.
Geelong-Flipper.
How you doing? Another reason I did that, I thought, wow, that's going to be the world's longest intro. So there's the key. There's the fob. Now, this sends a signal to the car to turn on. This lets you turn it. So at the moment, I'm getting a new key on Friday. Honestly, we're hemorrhaging money. It's going to cost $400 for a new key. And I'm hoping too that the locksmith, when they do it, I'm getting it done through LDV. You know what? I tried to support local business. I went into 3 different locksmiths. I've called. People haven't returned calls. So I just went to LDV. They've looked after me. So yeah, that's a thing. Also, I've sent off several head unit options to the guys who sold me the car. Haven't heard back from them yet today, so I'll be phoning them saying, hey, did you get my thing yesterday? So I have to use the moldy tool, right? And I put it into, let's see, it probably won't work first time. It usually doesn't. So now I've stuck the key in, but if this is not near it, it will not start. So I'm holding the key near there, and now I'm turning the key with the bloody pliers because, you know, I'm a mechanic. Ready? No. Don't know why that's wobbling. Let's try again. No. It gets frustrating. I feel sweat break out, and I thought I'd at least show you what I've got. Today's Wednesday, so I've got Wednesday, Thursday, and part of Friday. This is how I start the car for the next few days. That's on. Bloody head unit turned on straight away though, didn't it? Of course it did. Let's try. It's got to be right near it, like almost embedded in it. And that solution that the locksmith told me to use, if you guys are watching, didn't work. Okay. Nope. All right, I'm getting upset. I am going to turn off the camera. I might have to go back inside. I almost wish I had left it on. This is how stupid the world I live in is. I still had to push the button to pretend the key was extended. Far out. Okay, I am grateful. I've got a van. It turned on. Just keep saying little gratitude things, Torsey, because you know, a lot of people don't have jack shit. Yes, I've got problems with my stuff. Doesn't work right. But it does work. So, gratitude mode on. Okay, other things to be grateful for. I'm sending away the stuff from the book sale. Kids book sale. Doing that now. Then we're going to go to Bunnings. So, the stuff that we have bought, it's going to be fun. I might have to ask... You might ask Daniel. Daniel, if you're watching, I'll probably have to just message you though, mate, like a grown-up. I did end up buying insulation tape, Hadsy. I know he said not to bother, but mate, we're going to be sleeping in this a bit. Like it's not going to just be, let's get it up there. We'll drive it up to Cairns, back down to Bundy. And so I want to do it now whilst I can have it relatively empty. I'm just going to put the insulation in the top. I'm going to pop the black side linings off the car, and we're going to insulate. So I've ordered the insulation from Super Cheap. I've got stuff at Bunnings now. I'm going to jerry rig a bit of the car. So behind me here, this cage is going, I'm putting a plastic sheet over most of it. That is simply to stop us from perpetually using the, it'll still go out the back, but it'll mean that the most of the air conditioning will be contained at the front of the vehicle, like for me and Ali. So I've got an eyelet maker. I've got thin plastic. It doesn't have to be durable. I'm just going to stick it over the top of this stuff here and cut it to shape, and then pop the eyelets in and just cable tie it on. I've got some magnetic fly screen doors for the side. They're meant for a normal house. I'm just going to chop them up to shape. So I am still very budget conscious, guys, as you would imagine. I bloody well have to be. But there's little things like, you know, at night time it might be hot. Obviously you can't leave a car aircon running all night. So there'll be things like I'm going to put latches in the doors that they can be partially ajar. Hadsy told us about this fan that we've bought, battery operated fan. It uses 5 volt when it does charge, so it's not going to use a lot of power. There's all sorts of different seals, magnet stuff, but the only thing is, and this is what I was saying to Ali, is I can't really do it until I'm sure that we are no longer using the van as a van. Because once I start installing stuff, the potential, like, don't get me wrong, once we get up to Mackay and I remove the bed and stuff, it'll go back to being a van, because the bed I'm going to buy is just, it'll be fine for in the house too. And with a lightweight metal frame, and it's big enough for our mattress. The only thing that'll suck is it doesn't have a bed head. I might buy a bed head once I'm up there to stop the pillows from falling down. But yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, it's all new for me. And like Hadsy wrote me this beautiful long text. Sorry, Hadsy friend, channel member as well. And he sends me these massive messages and gives me help. He and I are similar in that we're Boy Scouts. We're trying to prepare for bloody everything. Sometimes you can't, but there are little things I am preparing for just in case on the road. And that is, I've got not dumb things, but like I got a little 5 litre, a 5 litre diesel jerry can. Because even though we're not going through wilderness per se, there may be times that we're like, I miscalculate. Don't look down, because you've got to look over to see where the fuel level is. For all I know, I might run out of fuel. So it'll be good to have the spare jerry can there. I'm not sure what old mate here is doing. Moving for me, thank you. All right, so don't do this at home, guys, but because I'm just going to run straight into the post office, I'm a bad human. I wonder if I can do this actually. It's just going to leave the, wait, I'll open the window. Okay. I am going to simply leave the car running, that I don't have to mess around with it. It's not a shady area, except for me being here. Okay, that's done. Car's still here. I'm still here. But I did get an interesting return. I've got a car waiting behind me because they mustn't know to parallel park. Now, I don't know if you're watching, Katrina, but I will contact you regardless. You just had a whatnot parcel come back to me because you didn't pick it up. I didn't even know they did that. But yeah, it was sent to your address, mate. Label as clear as day. And sent back to me. Feels like it's clothing and maybe a book. So just to let you know, stuff you paid for came back to me because it wasn't picked up, mate. I shall be in touch later. As it is, but this video warning is 3 days, will be 3 days later. But the real warning will be today when it happened. I'll have to figure out what you want me to do because I don't know what's in there. You may not want to double down on postage. You've already paid postage. But yeah, that's a whatnot return. Undelivered mail. So yeah, getting all this stuff ready for the Flipmobile is good. It makes me feel good. But yeah, I think I don't know. I might even ask Daniel to help me get some of it done quickly. Hadsy's given lots of great ideas, so I'm picking up some of the stuff that he suggested now from Bunnings. That was a multi-$100 order, which is fine because without that advice, it would have been well over $1,000 for just the stuff I was thinking. There's a lot of stuff people make for vans, but God, they charge like wounded bulls. So if you're thinking about doing any of the stuff like what we're doing, maybe just double check to see if there isn't cheaper ways. If the van, for example, if this was our forever home, which at one stage before we got our rental looked like it would be our forever home for a little bit, mate, that would have changed the whole game. Would have changed the whole bloody game, I'll tell you right now. I wouldn't have bothered with a bed. I would have got a futon that could fold down to a bed. I would have said, well, bugger it, I won't be able to use that sliding door behind me. I would have put a cabinet along there, a slimline cabinet with a sink, a 12-volt water pump. All little things to try to make life just a little bit more easier. But as it is, I've got a good feeling. I need to figure out with Ali when the van can stop being a van. Because at the moment, it's like, I said to her, honey, I'm picking up all this stuff from Bunnings now. Where do you want me to put it? Thinking she'd say one of the offsites. She goes, just keep it in the van. And I'm like, but I need to take it out of the van in order to use it. There's whatnot stuff behind me. We've planned out 4 or 5 whatnot shows. I need to plan the next week's. Today is a bit of I've got a CD show tonight. By the time you see this, it'll be done, of course. But I'm a little bit nervous about it, and I'll tell you why. We're doing it to clear a lot of stock. Now, it's good. The CDs are good. There's nothing wrong with them. They will resell. There's nothing wrong with them. But it's like, what is going to sell? What's not going to sell? It's a Wednesday night, which typically some people have been paid now, some people haven't. You sort of got to work to people's pay cycles as well, depending on what they're after. Big ticket items seem to not go so well on a Sunday. They go right on a Friday and a Sunday and a Saturday, sorry. But we're needing to clear in bulk. So I'm doing $2 clears on CDs that may be worth $30 to $40. Like, part of me is just like, what the fuck are you doing? And the other part is, you've got to do this. So just to clear and to bring in income. So this week, from last week's whatnots, we generated just a bit over $1,000 and something in revenue, which gets the bills paid. Ali's store is starting to recover, which I'm so proud of her. Mine, for some reason, I'm getting sales. I am running 25% off, but not everyone's utilizing that I can see. I'm getting sales. They're not from viewers. I don't get a great deal of viewer sales. At least they don't identify as viewers. That's why I'm always careful to say thank you for buying off me, or if I remember to. Because I know a lot of you guys buy off me and you don't leave a note for me, so I don't know. Now, apparently at Bunnings, which we're almost there. Oh, bloody hell, we just caught a red light. I was going to say, we're almost there. We've got two more lights to go, then we're there. Apparently there's a dedicated click and collect area. I don't know where it is, but we'll park the whip, pick up the stuff, and get on trucking with it. But yeah, the CD sale tonight, I hope it goes well. I was chatting to my friend Brad Judder, Diary of a Flipper legend, and he and I both agreed at the moment it feels like, see, this is why I do themed shows. I try to. Judder he does theme shows as well. He's very good on Whatnot. I think we've both got the gift of the gab, and we both like chatting to our friends and customers. But even he has noticed a slow up on Whatnot. And for me, I have not noticed a slow up as such. I've noticed decreased audience. I have seen roughly the same level of buyer interaction. Though the kids show the other night died. Like, we've got a couple of people in the kids book buying space that generally come in and they're heavy hitters, but there's 2 or 3 of them, and one showed up for a bit, the other 2 were busy, and so it just, instead of being a $300 night, which I was hoping for, it was a $180 night for less than an hour and a half's work though. Like, you can't complain about that. The business is good. I'm so grateful to my buyers. But you know, as we clear out some of this stuff before we go, ultimately it's going to come down to, next week is going to be the big one. I said to Ali, sorry, that's my wife, my new wife. If you're a first time viewer, I said to her, we're running out of stuff we've got unlisted tubs that we've been plowing through. I said, we're going to have to go into my eBay stock, which she doesn't want to do. And I get that, but we've got a week to 2 weeks income generation, and we've agreed on certain roles because we fluster each other sometimes when we're packing at the same time. So my job now, and I'm freaking out about it. I mean, I've been doing it for a while anyhow, but I am the breadwinner at the moment. She's still got her eBay. Yes, she does. But in terms of looking after Whatnot and doing stock and packing orders, that's me. That's this little bozo's job, right? So I've got that responsibility. Her responsibility is packing the house and the offsite. She's more methodical about stuff like that than myself. So rather than just sitting around and upsetting each other because we do stuff differently, we've agreed I'll do this because I like it and it is a strength of mine. And I do need to still be working on a YouTube because I love it. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to take into consideration when you're doing all this sort of stuff. So, all right, I'm at Bunnings, guys. I don't even know where the click and collect is, but let me collect a click and I'll show you now my dodgy version of how to turn the car off. All right, so firstly, missed. Firstly, car is off. Secondly, stab, turn, remove. There's the key. All right, so I've done what I needed to do, and going to go into Bunnings, get this stuff. I'll show you guys what I bought. I'll be back in a moment. Click and... All right, guys, it's not as hectic as I thought it would be, but I'll show you just some of the stuff that we got. So we've got a USB air cooler. Thanks, Hadsy. Good recommendation. It takes ice packs, so that's not bad. This is the plastic. It's way too much, but it was cheaper to do it like this, and then that will just go over the top here. Got this massive tarp to cover the cage trailer. That is to protect our rolling stock, and also the cats will be sleeping in that area overnight. the magnetic door curtains. We'll just be jigging them around to make sure that they fit properly. This is the eyelet trimmer, so you make your own eyelets with that, and I'll be using that with the plastic sheet there. And this is just magnetic strip, so this is going to be used a lot. I don't know if we've got enough there. I hope so. And yeah, just this is the permastick stuff. It's the fly wire, so we're using the fly wire there as well. And last but not least, got these dork flags so people don't plow into the back of the trailer. I think there's one more thing. Some sort of pull down, tie pull down. I don't know what this is. Ali must have ordered it. And I wanted ratchet straps. Don't know. They're not there. Maybe they think that's a ratchet strap. No idea. But that's everything. All right, let's keep going. I had to show you something too. My friend Jasmine gave us little Star Wars stick-ons for the dash. I'll have the Force always. Okay, so Bunnings has been achieved. Now, let's see. So this is push the button, flip it around. We're going to do this together. See if I've learnt anything. It's hard to turn. Okay, so like that, I don't believe the car will start, and I'm prepared to make a bit of a goose of myself just to show you guys and for me to learn. Okay, the fob is the other way around. We'll use the scissors. The multi-tool, and it should just go and not start. Wrong. I don't know what's happening anymore. Not my luck, the alternator's breaking. I don't know. I don't want to jinx myself anymore because I'm freaking already over. I love the Flipmobile. I don't like having issues. I freak out too much. Autism or just human nature, you guys be the judge. But yeah, it's like, oh, don't do this to me kind of stuff. I wish we had a roof rack. We can't afford it. They're like $800. Well, to get the LDV ones, they are. You can probably get third-party ones, but even then, I still don't have the money for them. I saw magnetic clamps for the Starlink. I do have concerns about the Starlink. Like if I chuck it on the roof for the night, either being blown away. I'm not worried about it being taken, but about it being blown away, I do have concerns. So I need to figure that out. You can lay them on the ground. They just don't work as well. They're better elevated. So yeah, I need to find out a solution for the Starlink. Even a suction cup clamp maybe, just to hold it in case there's a gust. It's quite an incredible device when you think about it. Probably kids would take this stuff for granted, but for me, it's like, it's catching the internet from space. Like, somehow, that panel sitting in my backyard at the moment, courtesy of Brian, somehow it's catching the internet from space faster than our telcos can provide it over dedicated lines, or at least in my experience. Doesn't that blow your mind open? I understand, when Elon Musk was, I think, providing Starlink minis to the Ukraine forces. Insane. Well, that's not good. Cop just hoofed down the highway, then totally hoofed back up the other way. Don't know if they saw an evildoer or whether they've been summoned to the Batcave. Speaking of Batcaves, I'm off to the offsite. I did test drive Black Eyed Joe's laptop that he gave me. It's an older MacBook Pro. It doesn't update anymore. Not that I can make it update anyhow, because it is 2011. It is so good. I so appreciate it because I was tinkering with it this morning at home, and it's still displayed eBay properly. It's still displayed Whatnot properly. I've got to test it with a label printer, but I'm so freaking grateful. It is going to be a game changer in terms of just having a workstation set up. It'll all depend on how things look once we get up to Mactown, my town, guys. That's we might as well just call it my town now. Mackay, my town. How I set up my my business. Like I said to Ali, I think I still prefer to have an offsite. I like the idea of going to the offsite. I used to really fight vigorously for the fact I wanted to work at home, but our home is so small that it just didn't work. It's not. It is nice getting out, getting a toasty, getting a coffee, and going to work at the offsite. I genuinely enjoy it. So yeah, they're just things to consider. The offsite's up there. It's just going to be a matter of whether we get stuff just delivered straight to an offsite and then use the van to take the home stuff home. I think that might be easier. And what we also are going to have to do is we're going to have to, with our removal people, I'm going to be chocking up the offsites because we've got two little ones. Well, a little one and a big one. And the removalists can come and grab all of our stuff while we're already on the road, depending on their timelines and what they need. So all of these things are interesting little puzzles to figure out. Like, do we pay for an offsite? Do we offload everything into the house? There is a garage. Doesn't look huge, but there are minimum standards for a single car garage. So, I could have, if I stripped down my business and was a little bit more mindful, it could fit in there. Ali has condensed her stock so much. I didn't realize how low on stock she was, in terms of what she's putting through and what's going on. But yeah, she's at a point she reckons that she can condense her tubs enough that she'll be able to pull down a whole shelf, which is good, but I don't really see, I don't know, I might chat to her about it because it's we're already going to be paying people to do the removal, of course, but to break down the shelves on my side. I need that area functional for as long as possible. So it may be a case of, well, honey, or I'm practicing the speech. Well, honey, I love you. She sometimes watches. But there's no point in breaking down a shelf to make it harder for you to access your stuff. But I think she's got it so locked down that she doesn't even need those shelves. She'll only have the shelf up that she needs. That's why she's doing the packing, and I'm trying to keep everything running. I need to look through my stuff for the next week's Whatnot shows. I'm going to do just a tiny bit of eBay listing today. And I've also managed to hopefully double down on a sale to a customer. I managed to get these, just this bedding, but it's medical bedding. And I only got 2 of these particular sheets, but I've already contacted the customer who bought one. I said, hey, I do think I've got another one. Do you want to double down and just combine the shipping? And they were like, yes, that would be great. Because the medical bedding, it does go for it's expensive. For a sheet, it can be $150, right? More. But I sold it for $90, brand new. So they know that, obviously they know because they're looking after someone. I won't say their personal business. They're looking after someone who needs that sort of bedding. So they know what it's about. It's expensive, and if we can give them a leg up and I make a little bit of money too, I like that. It's like when I sell clothes. I like it that someone has chosen my stuff that I picked to wear themselves. You know, it means on that particular occasion I had a good eye. And I think I do. I'm not that great with ladies' clothes. I'm getting so much better with jeans. Once again, thanks to Judder. He's got a few tutorials on different jeans to look out for. So yeah, I am getting better at all that. But I do like when people buy unexpected items off me. Not just the toys and the books and stuff, though they're the stuff I get real pleasure out of. But you know, the fact I can help this person look after their person with affordable stuff that lets their cared for person, sorry, this is weird, but have their dignity. So I feel good about that. I'm also feeling good about the fact that in just a short moment, I'm going to pull in, get a cold coffee, and I'm going to be slapdashing a toasty down my headpiece. Bean squeeze, your days are numbered, but it was love at first sight. Now, I think Clint, sorry, channel member, Ledbetter, told me there is a drive-through coffee place in Mactown. I hope I like it, but more importantly, I hope they like me. All right, let's get some food. Oakley, oh, am I the only customer? I turned it back on to chat to you, but well, they're already driving off. All right, I'll come back once my food's done. Once I learn how to push off. Okay, so they're so nice in there. But yeah, I sometimes I notice that, like, I have the screen still on, but I'm not recording. I'm like, no, I'm not recording you. And someone will go, it's okay. I'm like, then it feels weird just turning the camera back on. But Beano Grovedale, you guys are the best. Even when the food has sometimes come out crap, which will happen, they generally they fix it when I bitch about it because I'm a complainer. But they do it with a smile, which probably is like, shut up, you old dead shit. I don't know. I don't make the rules, guys. I should. God, can you imagine the chaos? Hi guys, Geelong-Flipper here. I'm just making a few rules for everyone. This is how you live your life. How you try to be a good egg. Oh wow. Okay, well, there's one park at the Yop, but a lady's standing in the middle of it having a dart. 3216 is open today. There's no parking around here because everyone goes crazy on the yard. I like 3216. I like you. I'll miss you. The one thing we did notice though, we don't know about how fast they can process their donations. Like, I've offered to help before, but they've got truckloads of stuff out the back. I've been out the back before. They've got heaps, but I don't know how fast they can process it because it is all voluntary and they do a great job. But it's like, well, you don't want to inundate them too much either, especially if they're under the pump. But I do want to support them because the money stays local. You know, it's not like Vinny's bloody owner has a Learjet. Oh, you got to be shitting me. Well, that sucks. Hello. Okay. Legends, let's get to the offsite. It's just around the corner. I'm going to have a smash down this sandwich. I'm hungry as, you know, don't I look malnourished? And then we'll get into the workday. eBay orders, finding stuff. I'm going to consolidate some of my plushies, get them out of that display shelf. It's not working because I've made it messy. I think it's got to be pretty and change up, but just know it did work for a little while. That you guys, the viewers, would see the stuff that was there and I'd get an inquiry or the item might be bought. So if you've got any sort of social media, make sure the stuff that you want to sell is visible because sometimes people like to buy stuff. It's fun. All right, so just use my special key here. Technology, huh? I'll be right back. Well, all I can say is, Flutter by Flipper, if you are watching, you are the saviour of today's in the off-site video, because I left the tripod. I lost the tripod. I took the other tripod from here home and I forgot to bring it back in. But because Flutterby a long time ago gave me a clamp-on phone holder, here we are. Different view though. Hope that's okay. I might move it around as we go. But Mel, you're a bloody star. I hope that you are okay and that you're well. All right, legends. So for this, we're going to do the eBay stuff first and get that out of the way. First things first, I do need to hopefully locate that sheet I sold. Of course, because it's me, you know, could have lost it by now. In fact, I'll have a dig for that last, because I need to move stuff around and it will make a lot more sense to do it that way. And I know I've got two of them. So, yeah, I need to keep my little peepers open for that. Got some games here that I think I'm just going to donate. I don't have time to get all them done. Yeah, all right. So let's jump in and we will pick the other items first. And then that'll give me the time I need to properly locate this sheet, because I'll be rather annoyed at myself if I've done my normal Tory thing and just misplaced it because I was lazy or upset, or all the normal excuses I've got. Let me just get us onto the hotspot. Then hop onto eBay. Okay. All right, so there's about 6 items. I'm not sure why the photos aren't loading, but oh no, they are. It's just slow. Okay, so I might actually change the location of this just when I'm blabbering. I definitely don't want it to fall though, because it's my phone. No, the clamp is good, but when you don't trust it, like you don't trust the stuff you're attaching it to. That's better. Okay, so you're clamped onto a tub and that is working, so I'm pleased with that. First things first, we've got to get shorts and a pair of shoes out down here. This took a little while to come through. The customer's like, oh, can you combine stuff? And I'm like, yeah, of course, you've just got to put it into a cart. And I don't know what was going on, but they couldn't figure it out. And so eventually I just said, look, just trust me, just pay for everything, and then I'll combine the postage for you. So tub F1 shoe bag, F1, they're the Kathmandu's, they're at the top. And she got them really cheaply, considering. We'll jump in. I got them cheaply too. She got them for $21. There was a stage where I had these Kathmandu's up for about 80, and they would have been worth it. So good job, well done. She got these, and she got a pair of, her name's Lily. Thank you, Lily. Oh, hi everyone. A pair of Adidas running shoes, tub 49. Running shorts, sorry. Once again, it's another one of those tubs that I need to do some work on. Climate Cool Adidas. So basically, the shoes, even at $21, I made money. I think I paid $4 for them. These, they went for, once again, they went for a song. They went for $20. I think I got them for $3. So this stuff I like. I'm not a fan of doing the refunds on the post all the time, but I also don't want to rip my customers off. You know, there's no reason for her to pay $25 post. They'll both fit into a small satchel. So I'll be able to refund her pretty much most of the balance. We'll double check that though. I won't just be doing it yet. Tub 43, 41, 42, 43. Sold some RB Sellers jeans. They are dark denim. So I'm guessing they might be these ones. Let's have a look. Yeah, they look like an RB Sellers stitch style. And they are... Oh wait, they may not be these ones. They're Sinclair. No, they're not. Okay, so I've got more than one pair of RB Sellers pants in there. It's a good problem to have. They're very good quality. So let's just get ourselves sorted, guys. Oh, sorry, I know I just trashed you. I have to get this down. They're the Wrangler pants. They're the Sarto ones. Levi's. Still got a lot of pairs of jeans here. Make sure I'm in the right tub too. Tub 43. Yes, I am. But I can tell where the label is. Got a couple of pairs of Wranglers in there. Not a bad problem to have. The only bad problem will be is if the RB Sellers aren't in here. Not looking good. Seems to be the broken record of my life. Let me just double check the pictures. Tub 43. Okay. So these are motorbike pants there. They're Levi's, Wrangler. I reckon at some stage there were two pairs in here, and me inadvertently has sent the customer, my dear customer, the wrong pair. They've just seen that they've got Sellers, they're the right size, and not complained. Oh. Yeah. I'll double check. RB Sellers. No, I've effed up. So I don't know. Like sometimes I feel weird about the fact that like I just leave all this in. I do worry that it makes me look extremely inept. And for that I apologise. I try to set a good example, and I fear that I don't always do it. What I'll do is there may be another way I can locate them, because it'll show me when I listed them, and they may be, actually that's a very good idea. I'm happy with this. They're probably just in another tub nearby. So not all is lost, just I look a bit stupid at this second. Okay, so that is the other thing I look stupid for. Shoe Tub 5 is the Keen's shoes. Now, these were a good deal. Shoe Tub 5 Keen's. I paid $4 for these. I sold them for $50. And they're an extremely good shoe. The Keen's, they go for good money. And it was a nice sale. Very pleased. And for once, I think I've actually got my stock right here in front of us. So that's a win as well. Shoes are one of those ones that, like, as you guys saw ages ago, if you've been watching for a little while, I have bought a ton of shoes. and I've had varying degrees of success with them. I know you guys can't see. I love these shoes. These are the hardened Stormtrooper Adidas shoes. If they were my size, I'd probably keep them. They're size 14. I'm a size 12. I was looking at it though for a split second. Then I thought, oh, I'm gonna keep them. Yeah. So the shoes, they do tick over. There's the other one. They do tick over. It can take a bit of time, but they do tick over. And it's funny. I don't like listing them, right? But they are easy to list. So yeah, these only cost me a couple of bucks, and I sold them for 50. So that's a good thing. And I'm going to hunt for that sheet. I'm not going to just give up on it, because one of those silly things is like, I know someone literally needs it. Who needs it. So I take that stuff seriously. As much as I love to joke around and be a bit of a clown, when I know people actually do need stuff, and it's for stuff like that, of course. Okay, tub 38, it's just a little jigsaw puzzle. Went $15 though. I picked it up for $2. Once again, be careful with that. I've got a fetch box here. I don't know if it's relevant, or whether I've got to deprogram it or something. Is this it? Yep, the Candy Factory. So yeah, it's a sealed jigsaw puzzle. I got it for $2. Oh, I sold it for, what did I say? 15. Next up, in tub 55, I sold a Jurassic Park toy. Now, I think I left tub 55 on the ground. Is that tub 55? So it's not the big T-Rex up there. I'm giving that to Hulkbuster because he was very generous and gave us a lot of stuff to sell. And I know he likes Jurassic Park, so tub 55. Oh, okay. So, pretty sure it's this one. Let me double check and then I'll show you. Yeah, looks promising. And yes, it is. This is going to South Africa. You know, we can actually send over there. Okay. So there's those items. And then I've got to hunt. And find some stuff. I'll actually try Black Eyed Joe's computer for that. It's my computer, but the one that Joey gave me. All right. So I don't know if you saw, I got these at Savers, and it was for $3.50. I sold it for $43. Plus they're paying an additional $56 to get it shipped over to South Africa. So we'll have to fashion a box for that. Finally, this is a weird one, tub 23. Oh, not a weird one actually. It's I've had it forever. Is it this one? Multiverse Batman? Yep. So I collect Batman toys. If you ever see some and you feel like sending them through to me, please do. I just love Batman, but I bought 2 of these. I didn't think. So I've sold that one. And I lost money because I paid about $32 for it and I sold it for $24. But I've had it forever. I wanted to get some of my money back. Okay. So give me a moment, guys. And I'm going to see if I can find these jeans, but I want to try to hook up the computer and do that. So I'll be back in a hot minute. Hot minute? Yeah. All right. So the Joey computer works perfectly. I did a typo. So I wanted to turn that back on, that you guys could see. Like, so I was in tub 43 looking, and I must have just slipped when I was typing it. By the way, there's an Xbox 360 in here if you guys need one for Christmas. All the other clothing that day was listed into tub 33, which would suggest to me that this is where those jeans will be. If not, then I'm wrong on camera and I'll just leave it in. Because it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to make mistakes. I might be wrong. I may have made a mistake. There's most certainly clothes in there. Dragon jeans. Not the motorbike brand. They're bolos too, by the way, those Dragon jeans. Please do look out for them. Yeah, see, I've got a lot of neat shirts here, but maybe once I'm up in Mackay, I might even suss out the local markets and stuff. Run some market stuff there. That's their Tommy Hilfiger pants. It's going to be everything but the thing I'm looking for, isn't it? And I turned on the camera to be triumphant. I can still double check it though. Triumph, I don't believe is here. Dark denim. That was a cool jacket. Top. What are these ones? Lee Cooper. No. All right, let's double check. So they're all January. 20th of January. God, it doesn't feel like it was that long ago. I loaded all of those in. All right, let's see if there's any other. They're all tub 33. Yeah, all of the clothing is tub 33. Sometimes it works. Sometimes if you just got my luck at the moment, it doesn't work. I'm still going to very carefully lift everything out because I bloody folded it all properly for once. Yeah, there's some good clothing in here. Kiss t-shirts. It does make you wonder though. It's like I was saying about the clothing, it's like I love selling it when I get it right. But then I look at this whole tub that has got nice brands in it. Very little of it is sold. So it's kind of like, well, what the hell am I doing wrong? Oh, that's rain. Give me a second, guys. We'll close up shop a little bit here. I left the window open on the Flipmobile. Which ironically, I've got to do the weird key thing just to put the window back up, I think. No, can't do it with my hands. Not strong enough. All right, so little key turn just to put some power in. Okay. Look at me bending the universe to my needs. Okay, then in, come on, in and out. Do the hokey pokey. And can I reach? Yep. Okay. Cool. Shut that over. Shut this down a smidgy. I think I might have said this before. I know it sounds silly. I don't like shutting the thing fully. I feel a bit claustrophobic. So I'll just prop a little. I'll probably just break it, but there we go. See, you live through everything, don't you? Poor buggers. Okay, that's over there. Let's see here. I think I can officially say that I've screwed up. again. That's a shame. I mean, you could go, oh, it saves me though, because these were going over to the UK. But instead I feel terrible because I just wasted someone's time going through the purchasing, having to wait to then not receive it. Like I said, I wanted to build the channel on honesty, but there are moments like this where you just go, you must just look stupid to you guys. Because I do, I feel stupid. But I also realise that, you know, a lot of YouTubey people have got other agendas when they do their stuff, so they're never going to show you their screw-ups. And I'm not, you know, this time around I'm not singling anyone out. I'm just saying people. I think I show more fuck-ups on camera than any other channel. I probably overshare more than any other channel as well. But that's why we're called the Flip family, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to have to shit on that order. I'm so sorry, unknown customer. Cancel, get them a refund. That annoys me. Tub 43, look, they're new to eBay too. I feel even worse about that. Give someone a shit experience as like their second or third purchase ever. Tub 43. Just in case, do the right thing. Just in case you miss it. Like, these are RB sellers. These are the Dudleys though. They wanted the Sinclairs. Frustration. Self-induced frustration, guys. Levi's and Riders. See, I like, aside from the fact when I don't do my job properly, I do like, I like jeans too. I don't like photographing them, but I do like selling them. I would happily sell a lot more. Sartso Killer. Now, these are high-end motorbike from memory. They haven't sold, but when I looked them up, they comped well. No, not in there. And apology message going out in just a second. All right, so there is room there though if I tip these. Let's I know this sounds silly doing it right here, right now, but whilst we're doing stuff, we can stay on top of things. Manage active listings. I'm just going to look for it instead of by date. Give me a second. All I'm doing is going to allocate some of these toys into that tub because I can see it's empty. All right, guys. Just went and got lunch. Daniel came by, and if he's got time, he's going to help me with some of the work in the back of the van there. So that'll be good. It's one of those things, isn't it? When you get used to, well, you know, you realise that, hey, this is going to be it for a bit. So it's one of those things, seeing like someone like Daniel come up, and you just, yeah, it's those people that you are going to miss. You know, it's funny over your life, you run into a lot of people and you go, oh, you know, they're good eggs, and they turn out to not be. And they probably think the same of me. There's people that probably don't think I'm the greatest of people either. And I guess that's all part and parcel when you go through a lot of stuff. I wanted to give a big shout out to all the new viewers who have come on. There's been a few people watching, which is fantastic. Don't think they like the comment, but I don't think they like the content, but they do like to comment on the content. So I'll do what I want. Don't tell me what to say and what not to say. So that's a thing. I think, you know, sometimes when you're bobbing for apples, you get some bad ones. That's what I should say to Ali about putting an Esky in here and not a fridge. You know, when you're bobbing for those apples, sometimes you get some bad ones. In any case, I just went and got some lunch. I'm going to enjoy it in peace and solitude, just like Superman and his fortress of peace and solitude. All right, bye for now. for now. I've been doing lots of stuff. I found the sheet that I was looking for. So yeah, that's a thing. Bye. Legends, listen. I've found everything I needed to find, but at the end of the day, I'm going to call it quits. And yeah, basically I had an email that I didn't appreciate, and it's I've got to deal with some stuff. So I'm going to sign off for today. We'll finish the rest of it tomorrow. It didn't have to be shipped until tomorrow. I just wanted to get on top of it. I did a little bit of allocation. As you can see, some of the plushies are gone. Stuff is picked. Yeah, but I'm just going to play catch up tomorrow. I think at the moment we've got the whatnot tonight. I've got to get the stock out of the other little warehouse for that. So I'll see you guys later tonight, but in 3 days' time, because that's how far behind I am in uploading. All right. Yeah, it's funny. I shouldn't let bad people knock the wind out of my sails, but sales have the wind knocked out of them. I'll be back next time. Catch you later.